So as promised, I want to talk a little bit about UGC and micro influencing. But I feel like UGC is coming in and it's taking over, and I love UGC. So UGC is user generated content, and it's basically like the most realistic type of content. And right now brands are paying top dollar for this type of content because they are realizing that this content is so influential. It's really cool because you don't really need a super aesthetic space. I do think that you need to be creative in how you shoot content, but I just started my journey in March, and it is April 10th, and so for March I made $600. Right now in total between March and April I have made a total of, let me just check really quick. So I made $200 from a single brand contract, which was just promoting one of their products. And then on this app called Join Brands, there are a ton of listings of things that you can review. I have made so far about $950 in there. So that is so exciting for me because honestly, I had no idea how to start or where to start. And so I'm going to give you guys a couple tips that I feel like really helped me take off really, really quickly. First thing is going to be go and review everything you have at home. Don't go buy anything. You're not going to get any contracts if you don't have a portfolio. So the way to build a portfolio is going to be by taking items that you have at home and reviewing them. It's going to be great practice, and it's going to help you build your portfolio without having to spend a ton of money. Second thing you're going to do is you want to create a portfolio. If you have an app like Canva, I would go ahead and use Canva. There are some templates in there. You can start with that. I still use a templated portfolio. I don't have time to make a custom portfolio right now. I'm still working on how to figure out how to like create YouTube thumbnails and stuff. So I wouldn't go too crazy with that. There's a template in there. You can just drop and fill your content in there, write a pitch, come up with prices that you're comfortable with. In the beginning, I would say be comfortable with gifted collaborations. I think that's okay to start out. It allows you, again, to get in free product, to build also your portfolios. Like, so on Join Brands, they're allowed to review you and rate you. And then you also level up based on how well you do for some of those like gifted collaborations, or they have like $5 express jobs that are just fast jobs. So do really, really well on those. I know they're not paying much, and you may not necessarily love the product or resonate with it, but do as well as you can because you want to get your rating up and you want to build your portfolio. The third thing I would say is to start working on your social media accounts. It's not a must, you don't have to, but having a following, there are a lot of brands that are going to look at your Instagram and your TikTok, as well as your Amazon storefronts, your YouTube accounts, to kind of leverage what they feel like you're worth, or some jobs just require those things. So I would go ahead, if you're thinking about taking this serious, you don't have to. That's the fun thing about UGC. You can do this without having any social media following, but I do feel like some of the bigger contracts that I've gotten have come from social media, like having a social media account. So that's something I would consider if you're thinking about taking UGC serious. I think UGC is a really great side hustle. It's a really great job. Like, you can make tons of money with UGC if you put the time in and the work. But I feel like I'm only dedicating a couple hours a week to it. I'm getting tons of free items to review. And like I said, I made $1,100 in maybe 40 days. So like for me, that's money in my pocket. I went ahead and I bought a Sony ZV-E10, which I am actually shooting on. And like I was saying before, in my first video, I made a deal with myself and I said I'm gonna start UGC, and all the money that I make, if I make enough money, I will go ahead and buy a camera. And so I was actually going for the Sony, I think ZV-1 or something like that. It was like 400, 500 bucks. And I ended up making way more. So I did splurge and I just went like a step up. I do have a small business and we do product photography. So I think it was important to have a camera that had interchangeable lenses like this one does. But the other one is a really great camera as well. You don't need any fancy camera to do UGC. A good iPhone or even Android. I don't really know how the Android qualities are anymore. I haven't had one in a while, but just an iPhone will work just great. And so my last tip is going to be have fun, really engage with the brands, really sell yourself, be confident. Like I said, user-generated content is the most natural type of content. So you will find people with messy houses. People want to see that. Like, people relate to that. Anything that you feel like is relatable is going to be good content. The most important thing is going to be to have good lighting. Some brands will want clean spaces, but not all brands, especially if you're on something like TikTok. TikTok Shop is user-generated content. It's your everyday person sharing content, sharing why they love something, how something is making their life easier. You want to sell the product. I try to just get products that align with me at this point. Like I said, before I was kind of doing anything. I had to build my portfolio. But now I try to just do content that aligns with me because it's easier for me to sell, easier for me to promote. I don't have to like bust my head trying to figure out like, how do I pitch this to people? How do I get people to buy this? I don't do so much affiliate work. I do have affiliate links for some of the products, but I get paid up front for my content, and any money that I make on the back end, that's great. But for the most part, I try to be content with what I'm getting paid for my videos, so that way I don't have to worry about making the sales and I can just naturally create content. But there is a lot of money in affiliate work as well if you're really good at that. I don't find that I am good at that yet. Maybe I will be one day, but I'm not there yet. But like I said, I've been creating content for my business for a couple years now, so it was kind of easy for me to jump into this. But there was still a learning curve, lot to learn. I feel like for me, I have benefited the most when it comes to like my self-confidence and being comfortable in connecting with my audience. Like, I have wanted to start a YouTube channel for years, and I am finally doing it. I am here talking to myself in my room, hoping that you guys are going to check in and vibe with me. So I do think that is definitely there's a lot of self-improvement, like self-growth when it comes to doing this type of thing. It definitely makes you step outside of your comfort zone. It helps you build your confidence. I feel so much more confident using my camera, carrying it around, documenting my everyday life. I haven't posted any vlogs yet. I'm still working on how to creatively create that content. I'm not that good at it. I'm still working on storytelling. But if you're thinking about starting UGC in 2024, it's the way to go. Brands are paying tons of money. So I would definitely try. If you have any questions, drop a comment. If you are new to my channel, make sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know what you think about this video.